Day 2307, 2,307 days since my first execution in the market, and another weekly forecast of what may happen next in this week of trading. First things first, gotta check the economic calendar because that kind of guides us on what to expect. Okay, so this is this even on? Okay, it's on. Where is this? Let's say calendar. Oh, so we only have FOMC this week. Are you sure? Oh, unless you're trading other pairs. Yeah, we only have FOMC this week, which means it should be a pretty chill week. Like, not too much volatility. Probably see a reversal somewhere there or there. Like an expansion, like a reversal there, or like a continuation there, and then retracement and expansion or reverse. I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I can't predict what the entire week's gonna do or what the charts are gonna look like by the time it gets to 2 p.m. or 8:30 a.m. EST on Wednesday and Thursday and Wednesday respectively. But yeah, here we go, drawing on charts again. I was supposed to have a strategy video out. I should have edited it on Wednesday, but I was busy doing this stuff, i.e. losing money, and yeah. So Wednesday, Thursday, could have done it on Thursday. I actually did start on Thursday, but then I couldn't get it done because either I was trying to be a perfectionist or I just didn't have a proper vision of what the video was, or I just got bored of doing it at some point and decided that other things were worth doing. So, monthly chart. Why is this visible on the monthly chart? Should not be visible on the monthly chart.
I'm just a family kid, bro. Kwa mimi nikienda kusoma nje manega. Everybody is supposed to know. And everybody will fucking know what you did.
Hiyo ni wenge lako. Alafu pia hiyo ni wenge lako kwa kweli, kwa sababu unajua unachoenda kukifanya ni kipi. Kama umeamua kushawishika kwa sababu ya washikaji au mazingira uliokutana nayo huko, wengine ungeamua kubaki Bongo, lakini kwa sababu uko huko itabidi upambane na hali yako kijana. Okay, so
tunakuacha huko tukulipia ada.
Hiyo sio, yaani wakikuonea huruma wanakukatia tiketi ya kurudi, kwamba si umeshindwa basi njoo nyumbani. Ukianza kufusifusi sijui niongezee sijui na nini, hapo ndo watu wanashindwa kukuelewa. Mwanangu jamaa yuko huko sasa hivi anaishi mtaani, kumbe mambo huko hostel. Ashakuwa muuza madawa, kumbe bro katafuta kazi ya kufagia.
Watu wazani umeshatoboa huko.
Kumbe mwamba anafanya kazi supermarket. Ndio kama hivyo. Okay, what's the high on this candle? Okay, not the high, the open. 707.5. What's the close here? 688. So it didn't close above this candle, so that's why we're using this one, which you see has a seemingly perfect reaction to the midpoint of there.
iPhone haina ile option ya kuweka capital that zigande.
Inayo.
Inayo, lakini ile kuna kuna triple tap. Triple tap inabaki yenyewe capital letters au unaweza ukatext from there. Sasa iPhone haina na pap
namna inayo bwana
hivi
yani unaweka caps lock mazima sijui, lakini Google mimi sijawahi kutumia hizo simu kwa kweli.
Mimi nimetumia rafiki yake kazi wangu, then I was like Luka inkaa anafanya hivi sasa, hapo ndo inarudi yenyewe hapo.
Ndo kama hivyo mwanangu, wewe kama unataka utumie simu za kiduanzi hizo, mimi zaidi ya camera sijawahi kutumia hizo, yani zaidi ya kupiga pictures sijawahi kutumia hizo simu, like scrolling social media maybe, lakini anyways ndo zinazopendwa na watu, utafanyaje? Okay.
I want you to assist me in South Africa. Good cheap universities.
Alafu unajua niko live mimi nakwambia tunakupa tu taarifa. Nini? Wewe unaendelea unapiga mishe zako hapo. Tuko ofisini hapa au? Okay. Anyway, so what happened last week is we created a fair value gap because of bearish price action. In between creating the fair value gap, RIP Diogo Jota and Andre Jota. It's a shock. It's tragic, the manner in which it happened. Watching the surveillance videos, that boy was flying, man. Like, yeah. It's unfortunate that, maybe they lost consciousness and couldn't get out before the car burst into flames, but you gotta be responsible for your actions. Like, I'm losing money on a fucking weekly basis, right? That's all on me. And also, it's like, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's a football player that's just something that's close to me. Rivalry aside, rivalry aside, it's tragic. This dude is my age, and it's both him and his little brother, so I can't imagine what the parents are going through, or what his kids and wife are going through, or Andre's people are going through. It's hectic, but people die every day. There's kids dying in Gaza, and we don't even bat an eye anymore, type shit. But what do I know? Let me just continue drawing on this chart right here. So we have a fair value gap, probably gonna tap into that and then maybe try and push higher. This is likely to make a swing high because now we have a run above buy side liquidity, but I don't think we're gonna come down all the way to here to make a gap to break below here. So what I'm seeing is retracement lower for another run higher into the all-time high buy-side liquidity or monthly buy-side liquidity, which I don't know. I have extended till December. Just keep it till the next month, August. Great. Now let's go to the daily charts. Wild thing is I didn't even take this trade. Like, called it out, marked it up and everything. And I said, yeah, this was gonna be a 10 cents loss for a $1 gain, which would be like a 1 to 10 risk reward ratio. Pretty cool, huh? And another thing also, this is highlighting the universality, if that's even a word, of the ICT concepts. It works on JPY 225. It doesn't work for me on the other pairs because I have impatience when it comes to entries. Like, the two main things that I've noticed I mess up when it comes to entries, actually when it comes to my actual trading, is entries and management. Can they be outsourced? Yes. Do I want to outsource them? No, because I don't think the risk manager is going to move or grow my capital at the pace that I want to grow it at. How long it's gonna take me to get to the place where I can grow capital at the pace that I want it to grow, I have no idea. So I'm just gonna keep showing up every week until I manage to get it done. So what do we have here? This fair value gap, we had a close above the midpoint. So for me, it means that, and here, this lower one here, we didn't close above the midpoint. We closed above the midpoint, not below it here. So what does that mean to me? It means that it's like price is likely to go higher than it is to go lower. We could add this level of sell side liquidity over here. Where's the end of the week? There, that is the end of the week. That is also the end of the week. Okay, let's interval and below. Okay, so we've closed above that one. It's the midpoint of. Okay, so let's take this off because it closed above it. Like, I don't want to see that on my chart because it's gonna confuse me. So what do we have opposing this bullish fair value gap is it's extended into next week. Potentially this bearish order block, which, as you can see, the midpoint was respected quite nicely. Therefore, this also makes a swing high, means that the nearest level of buy side liquidity is actually here, not up there, and this is the range. What can we expect? What can I expect to see next week? Run into there, something like that. Maybe continued consolidation, but very likely run into this fair value gap below here. That's a weekly fair value gap, and then price pushes higher towards the levels of buy side liquidity, because the next level of sell side liquidity is down here. So what could actually happen is a run of this liquidity down here, maybe a test of the midpoint of this fair value gap, and then we start continuing the push higher to the next level. I just realized why I put this level as buy side liquidity, because it's the high of the last 20 days. It was ran through, unfortunately. So yeah, that's JP225. Then Nasdaq, we have a new all-time high. Like, these guys are talking market crash, and now we have a fucking new all-time high. Okay, continue listening to the news. Yeah. It's probably why I left this pair alone. Cause, see there, see me, that was a perfect short entry, but turned out to not be a short entry because we already did 2 levels here and ran into the monthly sell side. We didn't have to run into down here. Yeah, let's go up to the monthly chart first. But before we do Nasdaq, let me start with Euro USD. Also, like, I don't have a fixed upload schedule apart from just on Sunday. I might upload a video that speaks on, like, that's a weekly forecast, and that's not even guaranteed. It's if I feel like it or if I get the time, because I might have the time and just not feel like it. Beautiful part is that I'm not obligated to do any of that stuff because I'm not being paid to upload these videos yet. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm not being paid yet to upload these videos, so I upload them as and when I feel like, versus according to a schedule which I'm expected to adhere to, because I am not TV, my guy. I am not I guess I would be like Netflix. Yeah, I'm more Netflix than I am TV, because, yeah, you know, TV has a schedule. Like, news is at 8 p.m. whatever it is at X PM or whatever time it is. Me, I just do whatever I want, which is really cool. I like it. I like the flexibility of being able to do this. Met a content creator yesterday, and she wanted to get on YouTube. It's pretty cool. And she saw me with 8 subscribers on YouTube, and she was like super hype, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. Fuck you mean? I don't feel like I've done shit. And then it's when you realize that sometimes you might do something that feels ordinary to you, but then to somebody else it's like absolute wow umami, type shit. So we have a layering of monthly and weekly buy side liquidity at this above fair value gap, monthly fair value gap, which means that there is a good chance after closing above this, see this high, we had what Jesse calls displacement. So what happens after displacement? We have a retracement, and then we expect price to push higher. So because we closed this week, this recently ended week, because we closed up below the midpoint of this fair value gap, then I'm expecting price to dip a bit lower and then push higher, just like in JP225. Then let's go to the daily chart. Today, I did, yeah, it's online. Okay. See, is this still okay? This is last week. But if you look at it on the daily chart, we've already ran through this. Well, not ran through this. We've closed above this high, and then we have multiple layers of buy side liquidity stacking above each other. What's the high on this? 18,094, 18,095. So just by a bit, it becomes a swing high. If not a swing high, then they're relatively equal highs, but then that also makes it buy side liquidity. There is a lot of buy side liquidity stacking on top of each other over there. Why do I do this when I can do that? A bunch of buy side liquidity stacking like there, which means that I'm expecting to see a very expensive move to the upside to take out all those levels of liquidity, probably at once, maybe not at once, but within a short amount of time, if I can put it that way. Have this inside candle respecting this fair value gap over here. Next should see it up going to the imbalance, maybe come back down, take out sell side, and then push to the upside. So what I'm expecting to see is go up and then come back down, and then the following week push up into there. So bullish on USD, but for the upcoming week, I'm bearish, expecting to see us come back down into somewhere here, maybe even. Okay, let's go to gold. Kama tuko bongo amani, kama tuko bongo amani. Natafuta forex money, natafuta forex money. Yeah, see, got bars, nigga. I got bars, yo. You guys need to give me a feature, man. Shit. Anyway, let's get back to looking at these charts. We are inside the range of the previous months right now. So price is just kind of consolidating, has been consolidating since this month, and this month is likely also going to consolidate, which means that we'll start seeing a retracement of gold drop to lower levels. Maybe. Surprisingly, Iran nuking Israel didn't send this thing flying to like 3,700. Instead, what happened is the US retaliated, and then the following week they signed a peace treaty. Was it ceasefire or whatever it was? I don't even know what these guys are on, man. Like, just watch some football, man. Club World Cup. Club World Cup is litty, man. Club World Cup is absolutely litty. See what happens when European teams come across different football styles that they've never seen before. Absolute rattled. Absolutely rattled, man. But it's a shame that Palmeiras got knocked out. I was hoping to see them in the semis or in the finals. But they'll be back in 4 years, right? Fuck. Planning for 4 years. It's crazy, man. You can't plan for 4 years. Don't know what's gonna happen next week. How you gonna plan for 4 years? So extend this out. There maybe we had a run above buy side this week. Started with a jump and then retraced lower into this fair value gap, into this order block. After reaching into this order block, we kind of didn't touch the midpoint. If I zoom in and you look at this, you will see that the candle did not touch the midpoint of this order block before pushing to the upside and closing just below that candle like it's supposed to mean something. I don't know what it means, to be honest. What I do know is when you have a situation like this, which is a swing high and a sweep of liquidity, that is followed by an engulfing candle, man. That means that we have an order block. So that makes this an order block. That makes also this an order block. Let's push this one back a little bit because this is the newer one and the one that we're expecting the price to react to. So what may happen is safest trading opportunity is a run higher from here to here, which is like 350 pips. Plenty. Even if you're using 0.01. Like, that's $35. I don't know where you are in the world right now, but I'm pretty sure if I gave you $35, you would appreciate it. You know, might help with your groceries or like a bill or two that you have here and there, but it really isn't much. Oh, turns out I have to use both of these candles, and then you see it hit the midpoint. That was just a lot of drawings on here, and it's starting to confuse me. Because this is also buy-side liquidity on the weekly. This is sell side. So what do I see it happen? What do I see happening? Like a run a little bit higher and then form a swing low. Swing low here, unless we close below this low, and then can probably expect price to continue dropping lower. It's all somewhere here, maybe. What do I know? So let's go to the daily chart. Daily chart have buy side over here, which is not swept, and then we formed another level of buy side over here, which is away, and we have sell side down here. Yo, that nigga is 29. I just realized right now that my homeboy is 29. His birthday was like 1 or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, dude, fucking getting up there, you know. Closed above this fair value gap, and then we formed another fair value gap here. Okay, so you see, now that I'm on this time frame, price is looking fairly bullish going into the upcoming week. Sweep of liquidity, order block, fair value gap, retracement, might see price push higher into these overlapping levels of liquidity. You know? So what to expect? This order block to be completely disrespected and price to push higher, maybe to at least this level of buy side, which would be overlapping with this bearish order block on the daily chart, and then see a continuation lower to the equilibrium of the range. because right now we're just consolidating in premium, and yeah, it's probably just gonna drop a little bit into somewhere there maybe, and then push higher. So I'm bullish on this pair actually. So I guess I'm overall bullish in the markets. Maybe not, maybe bearish. I don't know, man. You have to go back and listen to the other things. I don't remember what I said. Been saying a lot of words. So finally, let's look at Nasdaq, which recently just ran to its all-time high. After this thing made a new, so then we'll start measuring from there. And then where's the next swing high? The next price swing high is here, and we've just hit a full extension run on this level. Is this what? Oh, this is a daily chart. Let's go through monthly. Yeah, after hitting those for value gap, see, bro, it's same thing. Sweep of liquidity, and then fair value gap over here, breaking structure, order block over here, expect a retracement, and then price to push higher. That's long-term play, so still bullish for now, I guess. It's a bit too far into the future, but because it's a monthly PD rate, it doesn't really matter. So then all-time high shifts from there to here, which was the previous month's high that we broke this month. 1 week, not 1 minute. Calm down, bro. Okay, where's the next swing high? Where be the next swing high? Look at all these fair value gaps we just closed. Like, just traded through them like they weren't even there. You know? So yeah, dude, it works on all pairs. Doesn't matter what pair it is that you're trading, you can use ICT's concepts to trade that pair. So look for setups on that pair. That's strange. It's on the same candle. Probably happened on the last day of the month, that's why it's like that. Where is the next swing high? Over here. So yeah, it's wild. This buy side is no longer buy side. Let's use here. And then you see that we closed above it. Push this into the future. This is a fair value gap because that week closed. Displacement through a key level or liquidity level. And there's a bunch of fun shits outside, man. Outside is insane. Outside is wild, man. There's so much going on outside that you want to be a part of, but not possible to be a part of because you can't be in two places at once. Well, sort of, you can if you're on a YouTube video or on a song. Then people can play your song and you're technically, well, not technically, but I don't know what the other word to use is. Not imperatively. Whatever it is, you're in two places at once, but physically you can't do that. Like, even if it's a video call, you're not really physically in two places at once, or if you had a hologram or whatever it was. So, since it's not possible to be in two places at once, you kind of have to pick. You're forced to decide this or that. You have to prioritize. You have to decide what gets your attention at a particular moment in time, what doesn't, what you have to sacrifice, what to go through with. That is what it means to be human. Because if we could be like in Naruto, and then you learned that Hokage Jutsu thing, where you split yourself into like 7 people, yo, humanity would be insane. Like, it would be such an insane experience. I mean, yeah, it takes up a lot of chakra and all that stuff, but you're in multiple places at the same time and you get to keep memories. I'd be able to participate in a whole lot more things. Like, leave one version of myself stuck to the charts all day and then take another version of myself to outside. That would be fun. But, yeah, don't tell me about cloning, because cloning is not the same thing as that. Cloning is just like a whole other person that just looks like you. Could have a completely different personality, as we've seen in multiple movies and cartoons where they tried to clone people. Which makes me think that they actually did try to clone people and possibly were successful and realized that this is not something we want to have for public consumption. Maybe. Speculating here, man. It's my job. Not really my job, I kind of employ myself. Well, that makes it a job then if I'm employed, but never signed a contract with me, so I guess that means I'm not employed. Anyway, I'm rambling right now. This is daily price and liquidity here. That is I've been trying to edit that video for the strategy to show you guys that ICT concept works on all platforms, but yeah, dude, I'll get to it. And then I'm like in the middle of that, I'm editing another video which I started yesterday for being outside, and that I feel a bit more of a pull to get done. So that's why I'm doing this now, so that I can get back to working on it and then go chill with people outside later. Well, that's the whole point of trading, isn't it, man? Get a bunch of money so you can go outside and do stuff. Not be tethered to a computer the entire day for the name of being a full-time trader. Like, if that's what you enjoy doing, then do that. I tried it. I figured that it's not for me. Like, analyzing 12, 15, 20 different pairs every week, monitoring trades, probably gonna have to swing trade because there's no way you're gonna be scalping or intraday trading 20 different pairs all at the same time, all having a trade on. Like, it's a lie. Like, that's not how it works. You're probably gonna trade 2 or 3 pairs full time, like those are gonna be your main pairs, or you're gonna have just one pair that you've set a specific window of time to trade at, and then the rest of the time you're just gonna be waiting for that setup to show up. Or that trading, you're gonna spend time waiting for that trading window so that you can wait for the setup to show up so that you can execute, and then wait for the trade to play out. It's a whole lot of waiting. Rather be outside, man. So closed above buy side, we created a fair value gap with displacement. Probably going to see a retracement lower into the overlap of this 2 PD arrays on the daily, possibly retracement lower into here before we make a push for buy side, or we just make a push for buy side and then come back and retrace. Which one's more likely to happen? I have no idea, because yesterday we also had an inside day. So there was a bank holiday on US bank holiday on Friday, so could expect Monday to be slightly more volatile than the previous trading day. And that's it. That's 4 pairs analyzed. That's me talking about stuff that I going through my mind. And I'll see you next week. 34, 35 minutes.